This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and today we're in Colorado introducing Breakthrough to Brilliance, a course focusing on a blend of hypnosis, coaching, and a mission to empower coaches and creatives worldwide. I am joined once again with our guest, Zoilita Grant. Thanks so much for joining us here today.
And thanks so much for having me.
Let's start off a little bit about yourself. Really, as an author, a keynote speaker, a hypnotic business coach, you have empowered small business owners and teams to unlock success through mindset mastery for decades. Before we discuss your course a little bit, can you first of all give us maybe an overview of what's going new in your world right now and where your business travels have sent you most recently?
So I am a person who is really driven by a passion to improve the quality of life for people. And so I take opportunities. And I had an opportunity to go to Melbourne, Australia, and to bring in the idea of hypnotic coaching, which is different than hypnotherapy. It's a modality that I help pioneer, but it helps people to really blend the tools and techniques of the coach with the power and the punch of hypnosis to help people get real results. And you know, Gary, results don't lie.
Absolutely. I mean, you're a pioneer in that industry. Results matter, and you've always gotten them for people. Let's begin with the brilliance philosophy, really. The course title, Breakthrough to Brilliance, implies that brilliance is innate and maybe needs to be rediscovered. Based
That's
on your 50
absolutely.
years of experience, what is the single biggest limiting belief, or maybe even a mental block, that consistently prevents others from accessing their inherent brilliance?
The feeling that I am not enough, that I am not enough, that I have not learned enough, that I'm not good enough, thin enough, tall enough, whatever it is. And that limiting belief allows you to miss the brilliance that is inside of you. You know, our creative force in the universe created each individual with a unique piece of brilliance that is inside of them. And what I'm aiming to do is help people break through and touch that brilliance and then create the life or the business of their dreams.
What a wonderful ripple effect that makes in people's personal, professional lives. Hypnosis versus traditional coaching. I mean, you transition from traditional psychotherapy to pioneering hypnotic coaching. For someone unfamiliar with this method, before we touch on a few of your modules, does your peeling back limiting beliefs achieve rapid transformation, probably more effectively than standard coaching or even talk therapy? Can you touch on that?
Absolutely. You know, in reality, you create your life with two things. One of them is your system of beliefs, and the other is your habits of living. Utilizing the power of hypnosis, we can help you instill positive, success-oriented habits that are just natural to you and shift your belief system so that the sky is not the limit. It's always the mind. And when we shift the mind, then we can achieve wonderful things. And when we all grow, we all grow.
That is excellent. I'm inspired every time I hear you speak. I mean, your own personal transformation really has always been your foundation. Your journey began using self hypnosis to release over 150 pounds. How did that transformation that you achieved at 16 create maybe the structure and even the emotional gravity of the Breakthrough to Brilliance curriculum today?
Well, first of all, it established this philosophy that when you change your mind, you change your life. And that became my slogan. And then in 2023, I had a seizure in Japan. And they discovered I had a very large benign brain tumor, came back, had 6.5 hours of brain surgery to take it off. Luckily, it was on my brain, not in my brain. And then I slipped and fell and damaged my brain stem and spent 6 months in a hospital and 8 months in a wheelchair. And during that time, I wrote my book, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, a step-by-step guide to letting go of the past. And that's where Breakthrough to Brilliance became. Because when you can move from holding on to the past, which creates burnout in so many different ways, you have the opportunity to touch your brilliance. And I'm an Aries, so I want things to be fast, effective, and efficient. And
Yes.
so I created this 6-week course that is like the hoops and ladders of life. It's like taking a shortcut to learn critical principles.
A hack, if you will. I mean,
A
we're all
hack.
familiar with hacks today in computers, so you provided a hack for us to break through. This is a 6-step journey. I mean, the course follows a very distinct path, beginning with personal analysis and ending with life design. What is the function of that initial module, personal analysis? And does that kind of prepare the client for the subsequent stages, would you say?
Absolutely. We all have a GPS, and our GPS is like our own incredible intuition. But just like a GPS in the outer world, you have to really put in where you actually are and where you really want to be. And the problem is, most people have so many judgments about where they are that they can't see clearly. So I designed some workbooks and videos and audios to be able to help the person really discover that starting point so that they then can create what it is that they deserve.
Like any journey, we have to dial in where we're at and figure out where we want to go, but it starts where we're at. Let's touch on just a few of these modules in your course. Module 2 focuses on creating a vision board that actually manifests results. What is the critical difference between the approach that you teach versus maybe the typical passive vision board exercise? And how does this process activate our subconscious to move us towards our goals?
So, one of the secrets that the ordinary business vision board misses is that you have to combine words and pictures together. And so, in the process I teach, along with creating your vision boards, you're also creating your powerful words of power that you say to yourself so that you associate those two things together and it creates greater whole brain learning.
Yeah, excellent. So we're not talking just about what I want in a picture, but the reason why I want it. And that's really the driving force right there. Um, Manifestation vision board. I love that. Many entrepreneurs out there and really even creatives struggle with burnout, fear, procrastination. Your course really promises aligned action without hustle. Can you kind of elaborate the concept of aligned action and touch on the maybe 20/80 rule to avoid the hustle culture?
So I think one of the key things has to do with how you handle stress. There is a lot of stress that's in our culture, not just in America, but around the world. And that stress creates underlying anxiety. The underlying anxiety interferes with that GPS system that I mentioned.
Mhm.
That GPS system is your own incredible intuition. And so, by teaching and training you how to self regulate your system, it allows you to be able to see in a better perspective what are the things that you are really wanting to have. And that makes the 80/20 rule easier to do because you order it by priorities.
Let me ask you this. Module 5 is dedicated to communication mastery. In a program focused on internal mindset shifts, why is mastering external communication, including speaking and active listening, such a vital step for professional and personal success, would you say?
Well, it really ties into the concept of emotional intelligence, that being able to communicate in a way that is clear and effective, having conscious communication, even around difficult subjects, allows you to benefit more from being connected into a community. And we are parts of communities, we're not islands. And so being able to take this mastery that's happening inside and allow it to spill outside improves the quality of everyone's life.
Absolutely. I've always thought that. I mean, I've seen technology today. We have so many ways to communicate, and yet we're not very effective communicators. And yet, if we were effective communicators, there's so many ways to share our message out there. Um, Many coaches and healers struggle to bridge their spiritual or healing work with the business aspect of their career. How did your course specifically help them confidently lead as the CEO or even the true entrepreneur of their business?
I think the key really has to do in value, in being able to recognize the things that you do, which might be more intrinsic, harder to see than if you were to buy a hammer from me, buying words from me. It's a little harder to see, but knowing that what you do provides value allows you to position yourself in a way that you convey that message to your client, and the client conveys that respect back to you.
I think everybody's heart is in the right place. They want to serve people, but they don't understand if I don't profit, if I'm not able to do that, I won't be able to give my gift into the future. So very important, that entrepreneurial focus. Lastly, we have module 6, life design. It centers on building lasting habits and rituals for joy. Could you kind of share with us maybe one simple, powerful ritual from the course that you find is the most effective to sustain a high vibration and success long after the program ends?
Taking a moment to move into gratitude as you begin your day. It allows you to have respect for the world. It allows you to have respect for yourself. And it opens you to be in a better framework or an attitude where you're thinking more of we than just me.
Excellent. That is excellent. We're talking complete steps people can take right there. We're not talking about theory, but this is really something that folks can put out there and make happen. I mean, the course includes access to a private community and live monthly coaching sessions. Does this group environment kind of reinforce the individual hypnotic and mindset work, but it's ongoing?
Absolutely. Once people finish the course, then they can join the community. And I want the community to be a living, thriving thing where people will be able to exchange messages with each other. I'll be able to invite other people, perhaps people even like you to come in and talk about the public relations of interacting with other people or other type of guests. So I want to provide that ongoing support. The materials are theirs for the lifetime.
That is excellent. I mean, it's really a well-rounded approach. We're talking the power of self, yet the power of community. So, Alita, given your Lifetime Achievement Award and including contributions to women's empowerment, do you envision Breakthrough to Brilliance to really target and support the unique challenges faced by women leaders in our modern day today?
Absolutely. They're definitely one of my target groups. I think this is the time of the emergence of a new variety of a powerful woman. There was a powerful woman in the 1980s, but she had a lot of flavor of male energy. I think powerful women now are really coming more up with a sense of their own femininity and the ability to really stand in that as we move into leadership in the world.
That is excellent. Once again, as always, I'm inspired listening to you, and I know my viewers are as well. This new course that you have out there, it not only taps into the original foundation of your personal story, but then it taps into the personal story that took place just a few years ago that you pulled yourself out of, and now you're able to share that, the brilliance that you always had, but you're now able to tap into other people's brilliance. Thank you so much for being a guest once again. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. And what you're going to see is her webpage where you can learn more about this course and really meet the woman who's helped thousands unlock their brilliance. Sign up today right there on our website to really rewire your belief systems and align with your authentic self. You were born with brilliance. Once again, that is Zoilita Grant. Breakthrough to brilliance. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.